Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Hala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakar Kodash. Welcome to another lesson. I'm going to piggyback off of yesterday's lesson or the previous one that was uploaded. There's some more scriptures that I wanted to add to that title, Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start back and pick up from the last scripture that was explained in that teaching. So we're going to go back to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and then we're going to start at verse 64. It reads, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor your fathers have known, even gods of wood and stone." So that's talking about scattered amongst all people, the real Israelites. And then the main scattering happened during the slave trade. So now we are scattered all over the place and serving other gods, serving other nations, philosophies, religions, and so forth. Verse 65. "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind." So this is talking about no rest under slavery. So we're going to be trembling. Our hearts are going to be heavy. Our minds are going to be burdened because of this captivity. Verse 66. "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life." No assurance of thy life. All the murders that our people have suffered, all the police officers that shot us down in the street, that killed us behind the scenes, so-called evidence, new evidence coming about that this one was killed over there, somebody was killed over there. There's no assurance of our life. There's no assurity. Our people cannot even drive down the street without a police officer following them. And then what happens? Then they start thinking, is this police officer going to shoot me? Am I going to die? There's no assurance of life. 67. "In the morning thou shalt say, Would Yahweh it were even, and at even thou shalt say, Would Yahweh if it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see." So waiting for the day, and we're waiting for the evening to go fast, or waiting for the day to go fast, or waiting until the evening to go fast so we can get back home. Trying to get through the workday. The day is long. Why does it seem like this day is going so slow? There isn't enough time in the day. Then the evening comes. Waited for the evening when we can just try to have some kind of ease of mind. Verse 68. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, that thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Slave ships, 400 years of captivity. America is Babylon, also known as Egypt, Sodom and Egypt, and it's a direct extension of Rome. Captivity. Ships. There's only one group of people that was taken from one place to another on ships to be slaves. I don't see the so-called Jewish people who went through that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go into the book of Isaiah, chapter 5. I'm going to read verse 1. "Now I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved have a vineyard in a very fruitful hill." The vineyard represents the Israelites. Verse 2. "And he fenced it, and gathered out of the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes." So the Most High Yahweh took us out of Egypt and planted us in the house of Israel. He used Moses. Joshua was the successor. In the scriptures, Gideon, Samson, then the kings, then came Saul, then the children and offspring. The wild grapes is talking about the children of Israel going off or going astray or being disobedient to the Most High, not uh, hearkening to his voice or being obedient to the Lord's statutes and commandments. So the 2/3 of our people today that are not serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai are the wild grapes before we were taken out of our land. Disobedient children not following laws, statutes, and commandments. We'll read 3. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. Verse 4. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, it brought forth wild grapes. The Most High, what more could I have shown you? Looking for Israel to bring in righteous fruit. What more could the Most High have done for us than he already did? For the real children of Israel to be obedient. And we were disobedient. Verse 5. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. Trodden down. Hedges represent protection. No one could defeat us while that protection was on us from the Most High. But what happened when the hedges of protection were taken down? We went into captivity because we were disobedient. Verse 6. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. Briars and thorns represents the heathen nations. The heathen nations to be allowed to stomp all over our land. Verse 7. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a cry. This is Israel. Instead of looking for judgment, behold oppression. We are being oppressed. We are being oppressed in America. We may no longer be on plantations under the taskmaster's whip with physical chains, but we have chains that we can't see, symbolic chains. Running over here, running over there, 9 to 5 this, 9 to 5 that, on the clock. I can't do this, I can't do that. That's not freedom. That's bondage. Let's go over to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 7. And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held his upright hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half, and when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. Clothed in linen represents Yahweh Shai. A certain time accomplished in the scattering. All these things shall be finished when the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. And at the moment, the times of the Gentiles are not fulfilled. They are right on track. The times of the Gentiles is right now. Because outside of the real children of Israel, the Gentiles are the other nations. See, in Christianity, they told us we were the Gentiles. That is a lie. That is not so. We are the direct descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm going to read Romans chapter 11, verse 25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits. That blindness in part is happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. Should not be ignorant of this mystery. This is the This is going into the fullness of the Gentiles to become in. This is when the mark of the beast, or the RFID chip in World War III, is going to take place. Then will the time of the Gentiles be over. So, Israel is being trodden down by the Gentiles, the heathen nations. And that is not going to be fulfilled until Yahushua comes and saves us, the 1/3 hopeful elect. And on that note, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kau Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakar Kadash. See you in the next lesson. Shalom.